going on the actual time scale anyway.
Are you guys trying to tell me that I'm traveling close to the speed of light or something? Seconds are the same length, so long as we're moving at the same relative velocity.
Ah, but not everyone counts them the same.
It's not like any of you live. It's not like any of you live in Madagascar.
You can't tell me you've never had somebody who counted like when you were young in hide and go seek, like 1,
7, 5.
like that. You know, people can count seconds very differently, just
1, 2,
based
3, 4,
on.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
People can count
I would totally
very
cheat on that
differently,
part.
but a second is a very firmly defined unit of time.
Unless you're counting by milliseconds.
No, milliseconds are 1,000th to the second.
Regardless, hello, nobody. We've been gone a while.
Yeah, a second.
Many
is
of our
now
people have
defined-
died unexpectedly. It is sad.
A second is now defined as a certain number of vibrations of a cesium atom.
Correct.
Wow.
Interesting.
We did that to standardize it. It used to just be a certain fraction of a day.
Then we realized that not only is every day a different length, but so is every year. So, sorry about that, guys. Apparently, Earth isn't stable enough, so we chose to find a salt shaker and say, this represents a second.
It would make sense. In some form of logic.
Indeed.
I approve.
So, let me pull my notes up because I am going to kill every single one of you.
What was that?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
I'm glad.
That
I was
complete
be worried.
asshat who has been picking up people from the house across the street all day, and every time he
Wow.
arrives to pick someone up,
Oh
How many
goodness.
if I
times
had
you
a
done
spear
this?
gun, there would be 1 or 2 rounds lodged in that thing's tires, I swear.
Oh, not through his face?
No, in the tires. Because then the worst he can get me for is vandalism.
I see him sniping, yeah.
You hear that? He like
Xiaoxi
slowly
would be
leans
the
out
sniper.
the window. Shut.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit more violent. I would go for the person's head. No, I would miss and make sure that makes a point.
You'd miss, but barely. Give him a mohawk, you know?
Yeah, and make sure he sees the harpoon.
He started shutting out of his car. There's a note on it.
So, you guys have just spent a
Night, I think?
uneventful night. Camped out after helping Aisling find a new familiar. She has a void worm, is it?
Yeah,
Right.
void worm.
Excellent. You have successfully made a familiar of it.
You mean stuck the old soul of your decidedly not void worm into
I
a
shall
void worm and
enslave
said, "Good
you."
luck." Oh, you figure out that body.
It'll be a fun mix of emotions for the both of us. Obviously, it works out. Chaos.
Magic, yeah.
It's alright. You're basically just enslaving a small bird to your will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure not even the most lawful good in the person in the party could bring too much malice to bear over that.
Nah, just the nature guys.
Varg. He's gonna try to kill her.
Varg, heck no. Varg's like, why didn't you eat it?
It's a void worm.
Heard me.
It would like dissolve or something. Split its
everything
body
else.
up into blobs. Become inedible.
Let's see here. Yeah, we'll deal with this half of the group first. So, as reminders, at your current location, there is a large crack in the ceiling high above you that leads to the surface. The dawn light is just rising, and there's if you were to go up and look, just like yesterday, There's not really many dragons milling about in the early morning. There's some partially explored passages to the west here, where you found the void worm, and the river flows strong and fiercely through the arbitrarily designated town.
I say everybody who can fly goes north along the river, and we leave the non-flyers behind like a jerk.
I agree with this. Much more time manageable.
Bye, Julius.
I don't think you should just abandon poor Julius out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, he's been deaf and mute. I think he'll be fine.
You think his brain shut down? He can still fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried waking him up, and he's not saying anything.
Sort of staring blankly into the middle distance and killing anything that makes a funny look at him. I think he's caught the zombie virus.
Feel free to voice any objections to this plan.
Niblin at least is going to say he's going to ride Emissua regardless if you guys are going to fly. He's like, he's coming with you. He wants to live, damn it.
I was just joking. Do you guys want to go to the west or through the ceiling?
Niblin being Niblin would point out that on the surface, while there are dragons, you at least know what you're fighting. When you're down here, you don't know exactly where you're going, when it's going to stop, or when you're going to be able to get out and what you're fighting. Down here is much more of an unknown risk.
Well, it seems to follow a general theme of plant monsters.
I think I heard
Seems
half
to.
of what
Next
the
fucking turn could be lava monsters.
Of course, but that would just be flavor.
No, it'd be fiery death.
Just of monsters.
A fiery death.
They're just the sprinkles on the ice
But
cream.
Niblin trusts you guys enough to know where you're going, because you've lived through some stuff he's actually kind of surprised to. Actually, technically, Aaliyah hasn't, so he's really only got one choice here. She's come back, it counts. Go where thou will. Amelia's just going up.
I don't know. I'm just hearing a huge electric mess from everybody.
All right. I didn't just hurt
type
you
it
guys,
out,
did
then.
I?
Here.
Okay. I'm sorry, sound effects don't really work so well over microphone, do they?
Thank you, Higashi.
Okay.
That's a vote and a half. To the surface, then.
How are we going to get Emma up there?
Rope. No, there
Can't
it is.
Emma fly?
Fast teleports like last time.
Oh yeah, right. She has. I keep forgetting she has greater teleport at will. Okay.
Poof.
So the problem is Julius.
Well,
Great
I
teleport
thought
Julius up there.
we agreed we were abandoning him.
Can't you greater teleport people with you with that, or is it just self only?
Adelaide has Star Riders usable. She can fly up. Okay, let's go.
Niblin, you traitorous asshole.
Traitorous.
You find a body of a giant crocodile. It's going to be surrounded by the dead body of Jubilix, and you know it.
Still doesn't mean kicking it in the nuts wouldn't be rewarding.
You can go right to hell. You go right to hell and you die.
If he's dead, what's the point? He's not gonna kill me. Ashland's going along with his logic. Only when it serves a plot. Okay.
Mike, she was actually asking that in character.
In character, roll knowledge druids.
That'd be funny if Ashland said that. Roll knowledge druids. I will give a
She
gamble
stands in the
of
middle
that.
distance. I rolled a 15. How do you know? I don't know. I just know.
Well, druids
You
are
know, like the
technically
first number that pops
so
into your head, it's like that.
solid local, but still.
Yeah. Ashland's like Encyclopedia Brown. She'll just come up with stuff and it winds up being right.
Anyways, I really don't know what the appropriate knowledge check would be. SRD says knowledge local, but that sounds way too generic.
I would vote either in knowledge nature
Wouldn't it be knowledge
or
religion?
knowledge arcana, as a matter of fact.
Actually, I
Arcana
would go
doesn't just
knowledge
cover
religion,
like
yes.
arcane. Despite its name, Arcana does not just cover arcane magic. It covers
Yes.
all magic and magical creatures. It's a
If you are
supernatural power, but it counts.
Yes, if you're genuinely interested, roll knowledge religion, because that would tell you that might tell you a historical event where one did.
But this really big fella that could turn into an eagle, and
Eagles can die.
I know, and he accidentally, he was dive bombing orc encampment. The orcs have this weird habit of planting their spears in the ground. It didn't go
Fun.
great.
Anyway,
Ooh, that's where they invented chicken teriyaki on a stick.
Yes.
Keep going.
All right, let's get on with it.
This is
are
quite
you
nice.
are you lot simply traversing the surface on foot?
Do they have roller skates?
You're terrible. Shut
I'm
up.
sorry, I'm terrible.
As opposed to flight, or as you did last time, repeated teleports.
Ashlyn is flying.
A couple of you can fly, because that's a little bit faster, because Julius is very fast and doesn't give a damn about like difficult terrain. So just go as fast as you can, but stay near ground level, and Julius can keep up. Niblin will just ride on Emesua.
Oh, you can understand me either?
Yeah, he can't understand any of us.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Bandwidth
that
is
you can't.
dropping in and out.
Okay. Wonderful. I can hear you guys fine, at least.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not allowed to say anything. Hello, me that without doing this. Hold on. I'm not allowed to say... There we go. I said gotta go fast. I gotta link it. Sorry. I'm ashamed.
I see.
Oh, now you link it.
Oh, so Ashlyn is Tails or something?
No. I was joking at the fact that I said
I know you
As long
said
as you
you
go
had to link, gotta go
fast.
fast. I'm just like,
And then
okay,
I gotta-
which character's which now?
We'll get to that later. I'm just trying to figure out who
Funny.
Nibble's gonna write on. Oh, okay. Yeah. Where am I gonna put Niblin? For Takashi's sake, I'm gonna put. I don't want him on a Misway just because I don't want him to get a combat first. He's not good at that. She's got the most AC. She's decent speed. Can teleport. It's probably the best choice.
Looks like the lowest is going to be 40, so. Google Lens Translate. Okay.
Yeah, Julius has no trouble fucking keeping up with us.
Not at 150, no. Alright. So you guys have made a couple hours and a couple miles progress. The temple is definitely beginning to loom larger in the distance.
Lies. By the time they got there, it's demolished.
Ha!
I'm joking.
Well, this isn't the real temple.
See about that.
You vastly underestimate the power at my disposal.
Watch this entire world not be real, but just some figment of some other place or being.
I believe it. We already did that.
Anyways, the dragons are beginning to take notice of you again.
God damn it, these things. I just want to get like
This is why
a
we shouldn't have
shotgun.
played.
Just
But it's nearly noon before any of them start swooping down at your heads and stopping, arcing back up 100 or so feet above you.
Should we
How
try
would you
to
like
be
to dissuade them
diplomatic?
to play?
big gun.
I
Also, you need to type in
could-
Takashi because it's probably.
Yep, I will while you do things.
What's Niblin's got nothing, okay? you good luck. His answer is, I wish I had a gun. Preferably a big one. Problem with hexes, Annie, is they're kind of short range. Most of them anyway. Some are big.
Well, if they're dive bombing,
They get like
that
the
means they're
diving bombing
getting close.
to within 100 feet. 100 feet still kind of a distance.
Well,
It's 100
I
feet
can
away.
fly.
It's like,
I can fly closer, and I can
oh
fly
yeah,
farther.
that's smart. I'm gonna fly close to you. Fire, death, breathing monster.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be creative here and think of things that.
Be creative.
thing.
Don't kill yourself. There's a difference.
Well, who says I was going to be suicidal?
I did. She says let Emma deal with it. Having Emma fly up is risky, I suppose, but as risks go, it's not that big a deal if Emma gets torched. So yeah, if he's up for it.
Sure. Actually, Ashlyn could probably shapeshift into one of those dragons, maybe.
That doesn't give you the ability to talk like him. As a
Doesn't
druid.
mean I could just look like, hi, look, I got a posse with a dragon.
They would
I'm
see
perfectly
you
friendly."
transform. I'm pretty sure they're not
Well.
convinced. It's like,
It's an idea. I could just be a mute dragon and be like, hey, posse thingies.
It's an idea, but let's have
What up, gang?
Vanessa handle it for a while.
Fine, she can play Scooby-Doo.
Bro.
Does Imesu want a Scooby snack?
She can't hear you.
Darn it.
Nor any of the conversation previous, so it's not as funny if you don't have the conversation previous.
Well, I misspelled snack, but there you go.
It's not funny if you don't have the backstory, damn it. Alright, whatever.
Whatever. See, it was funny. You just hate it when I beat you.
Just everyone's humor here sucks. I forget that sometimes, including mine. I'm not saying mine is any better. A lot of
Oh, what sucks?
this whole damn group's humor. Me, you, him.
Did you mean that I don't have an arrow nearby to hold at my heart or anything? Like, would you suffice as a weapon to hold at my heart? No? Okay.
Damn you.
Bang. Let's see if I can pull up something real quick. Just because... Ding dong.
The witch is dead.
Wait, what? Let me just... There we go. Slow and not so funny, but it was funny to me. I like it when random ideas come to mind.
Oh.
And that's totally what you did, too, which makes it even better.
There's no.
It does.
Whatever. I'm curious what this so let her argument to the dragons are.
Oh, Baroni. Anyway.
Does it not fit so well?
Doth not that fitted.
Yeah, now what should I open with?
If you're asking and can hear us, I don't know.
Well,
Hmm.
I typed that out. We can hear you fine, Brad, so you should be able to continue to talk to us.
Greetings, puny earth dragon. Let us move, or we shall destroy you. Morbo.
And Ashlyn.
Greetings, puny Earth Dragon, eh?
No.
Greetings.
Morbo will
Even
destroy
Earth,
you.
what the fuck? While I splutter in a corner and talk about nonsense.
Well, you have a few seconds to offer a different opening phrase before I accept that.
Oh, fine, I have one. She could just say,
You're not a Messua.
Greetings.
You're not a Messua.
Aw.
Greetings, giant water dragons. Please don't destroy us.
Fair
Glub,
enough.
glub, 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 glub.
Roll diplomacy.
Sure.
Well, with a few extra gloves in there for good effect.
I don't even know if Emma has diplomacy, so this will be fun.
Oh, we are so screwed no matter what we do. This is
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
wonderful.
Oh, she does too. She has a plus 12 to it.
Oh, nice.
It's not bad.
She gets a... Yeah, she has 9 ranks in it.
Let's see here.
It's better than Varg -2. Or so.
That went well.
Yep. No flaws in your argument.
As a Messua drifts back down to the ground... as a Messua is drifting back down to the ground, this one takes a swipe at her.
Flying whale.
I think you may have misunderstood. I said, don't attack us.
Obviously, this is opposite day.
Oh, that looks like exactly her AC, too.
Let's see. Her AC is exactly 41, so yeah, that's hurting. Actually, oh yeah, right. The protection against evil counts as a deflection if they're evil, but I think she already has something that gives her deflection. So. Oh, she doesn't. Is it evil? Because her AC is higher if it's evil.
It is true as well.
Okay, then that's hitting.
That's another way of saying it gives no fucks.
Oh, actually, she should have healed overnight, so I'll do that first.
Oh, yeah. Y'all should have, by the way, just in case you're not.
Yeah, she would have used her healing magic on me. So. Okay. Yeah, I'm falling now.
Yeah, she makes it to the ground after that, and the dragons look like they're getting a bit braver. There's only two of them that are interested in you guys right now, and we lost them.
You know, if Aaliyah were to
Is there
suddenly
anything-
fire off a gigantic sunbeam that instantly destroyed one into powder, that might discourage other ones. Just saying.
I could trap one in a maze. Bye! Hi, look what I did to your friend. Would you like me to do this to you?
Don't think. No.
I'm sorry, mazes and dimension doors solve everything, apparently.
Honestly, I don't. Maze's range probably isn't good enough to do that. Even if it is, it would just delay it, and it would get out. And the dragons are smart enough to get out at least decently quickly.
Maze is close. 25 plus 5%.
Oh yeah, you'd have to be in its face if you want to get that close to a dragon. That's your business.
Well, it's obvious. Okay, well, what could I actually roll to determine, like... Well, I can't really roll anything, can I?
No, just whether or not he attacks you. And
I
if
don't
he
know.
does-
Dragon psychology. Is there a roll for that? To see
Knowledge
why
Arcana.
they're just... Okay.
That would tell you about dragons.
Yay. I can be smarticle. Alright, let me see here. It's been 2 weeks, I forgot crap. One d20 plus 29.
And that is a...
For dragon psychology.
Okay.
I think she's asking, why would water dragons, made of water, give a flying damn about just a bunch of random humanoids?
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm typing it out right now, so that way the
Okay.
general... Okay, let's see. Does that make sense?
Let's see here. Gotcha. Right. Yes. They have intelligence scores. They do understand you, but they these ones don't act as though they interact with other non-dragon creatures at all. They're probably just attacking you either for sport or for food, and they'd attack anything that's not a dragon, probably because what else
So
is
they're
there
like
to do
sharks.
with a non-dragon?
They're like sharks, or they're just testing things. Okay.
Smarter than sharks, which is a problem, but yeah.
No, sharks aren't completely unintelligent, but
I know that sharks aren't sentient.
okay, I'm talking
Those are
about the
sentient.
gist here. The gist here is that they don't know something, so they're just
Fair enough.
poking at it.
More or less. Is your
All
best
right.
guess.
Yeah, it's my best guess because Ashlyn.
Summon a bigger dragon.
Well, she can become a dragon at this point.
Very
Her
small
void worm's shapeshift
Very small one.
abilities, but yeah, well, not a very small
It'd
one.
be medium.
She
It's not big.
doesn't mean it wouldn't work. Hi.
It's like a really big dog.
Well, shush. It would be something. I'm sorry, I'm not Varg. Didn't try to be Varg. Just wanted to have a deterrent.
There's
not
only ever
grapple.
one Varg.
Yes, and he's the one and only. He's about as special as Tigger.
Okay, so we
Specialer.
need something to do.
Yeah, Psychic Crush would be DC 26, which is pretty high. I could try that on one of them.
I'm trying to remember what usually deters sharks, besides punching in the face.
Oh. Yeah.
They look like they're getting. They look like they're beginning to get ready to do a combined swoop down. So you have a limited amount of real time to come up with a plan to either
Let's
flee or
just
fight.
teleport ahead of them and just keep walking while they face plant the ground.
Okay, range on 25 plus 5 for 2 levels. I'd be casting at 23. I just need to see what the range is.
At 18, it's 70 feet. 23, that's an extra 5, so an extra 25.
Yeah, actually, so Psychic Crush has a range of 80 for me, if I Wild Surge it. Are any of them within range?
They're getting ready to be.
I'm going to ready an action to Mind Crush the first one that swoops into range of it.
Alrighty. Pardon me.
I'll Mind Crush one. If it dies, then the rest roam off good. If not, then we'll teleport out.
Alright. I like this plan.
I'm gonna stand my ground.
Boom. Cush.
I'll get the video.
Better.
And you do manage to end up ahead of them in the initiative order.
Okay, let's see.
Oh God. Julius. Why has Julius vanished from the ether? We were reliant upon him to do good things. Where has he gone? Where hath that gone, Julius? Where hath that gone? Yeah, I'm done now, sorry.
Just letting you know I haven't actually set up my spell list yet, so I'm doing that real quick.
Okay.
It probably won't come into play. It's going to be Mind Crush, then Teleport.
Oh, did one come in
I'm
range?
just-
Yep, they are, and...
Hey, where's Julius? Julius is just
Okay.
fucking vanished.
Well, that sets off my triggered action, so whichever one's the closest to me is going to get this.
They're diving in formation, so pick one.
Okay. Boom. DC 26 will save, or it's dead.
Or at least, oh yeah, it's dead. Falling damage. Oh, falling damage. Weep.
Yeah, it's gonna crater.
Ooh, fun.
It falls, takes falling damage.
Entertaining.
Would it crater or sploosh?
Crater.
Probably both. Wouldn't it crater
Alright,
and
it's
sploosh?
solid.
Sure, I just need
It
to.
dissolves after death.
I see.
Crater
Sorry,
and
just
sploosh.
let me pay my thing. So
Yep.
I'm at level 18, so that costs 18. And here's my innervation roll. Mind Crush. And now I'll roll an Intimidate. Just for the fun of it.
You were flashy when you did it.
It doesn't really do anything, but mechanically, but I'm going to roll it anyway.
Silly, silly.
What is my Intimidate? It's just my Charisma because I don't have ranks in it. Okay. Let's see. Rah! That's the end of my ready to action.
Righto. Abestua.
Emma's gonna move up here and ready in action to strike a dragon if it gets within range of her. She's gonna
Okay.
try to protect Aaliyah.
Let's see. She never counted in her spells.
Ashlyn, when you're ready.
So we still have one more dragon to deal with, don't we?
It's a bit far for, if you got closer and risked yourself, you could maybe exit with something.
Yeah, right now can we just, I don't know. I was gonna say let's just let her do the chicken dance, but that's not really in character or much of anything.
Oh, I got an idea. You could ready an action to ice tube it when it gets in range.
That really wouldn't do much to it, would it?
It turns to a solid
Actually,
block of
no.
ice and be helpless.
Did we already roll a knowledge check on these things' strengths and weaknesses?
You have before.
Okay, and what was
They're
that
not
information? We're not weak to anything?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they're
sure they're not
dragons, they
immune to the
weren't,
cold,
like-
so.
Alrighty.
Yeah, ice tube should do the trick.
The only thing Ice Tomb's immune to as written is things that are immune to cold.
And they aren't, so presumably they'll just turn to a block of ice, clunk on the ground.
Actually, let's see.
It's a better idea, go for it.
I do, but see, I also realize I need to actually update the number of spells she can cast. I'll prepare the. Oh crap! I can't. Darn it! Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It's like for some reason when you roll the initiative, she was no longer impersonated. Then I'm editing her spells so they wouldn't let him take it to function.
It's your turn,
What?
so what are you gonna do?
I'm trying to prepare my spells. That's what I'm
Let her
trying to do.
finish preparing her spells.
And I keep getting error in body of roll. I don't really know what's going on. I can't really prepare spells in. Yeah.
When did you open the spell manager dialogue?
I opened them about 20 minutes ago. I kind of been trying to work on this while we've been playing because I haven't had the chance to. I started in late.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's moved it since then.
Yeah, if you opened it before I moved your token to this map, then the dialogue is no longer associated with that token. You'll need to click the token, hit the spell manager macro again.
So I'll have to redo everything.
Well, if you've been writing it down somewhere else, you just need to re-enter it into the list.
Yeah, I'll have to redo the entire list. Especially since I changed so many spells, this makes everything awkward. Okay, so casting. I don't think Gloom Blind Bolts has a bad range to it. Yeah, range is 100 feet plus 10 feet per level, so that works. I'll cast that, and I'll remove it from my list after I actually go back and do the thingies. No, I didn't do that. That's not what I cast.
That's alright. Is it of the same level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gloom Blind Bolts is 3rd level.
I found it.
Cool.
You create one or more bolts of negative energy, infuse with shadow bolts to that plane. 1 bolt plus 1 for every 4 levels beyond 5th, so maximum 3 at 13. 3 bolts. Ranged touch attack. Alright. I will need 3 ranged touch attacks.
Range touch. Should have cast something else first then. Oh well. What do you mean by range touch?
D20 plus your BAB plus your dex mod.
D20 plus BAB?
Yep.
Let's see. BAB, BAB, BAB. Base attack bonus. Wait, well, let's. I don't think this roll does fractions. So.
Don't use the fractions. Use only the largest number.
Okay. Ranged?
Yep, so dex mod. After D20 plus BAB plus your dex mod. Which
Okay,
looks
3.
like it's 3.
It's 3. Yeah. There we go.
Alright, now 2 more, just like that.
Okie dokie. I'm sorry.
So you can just hit the up arrow to repeat the last thing you typed.
Alright.
1 more. There we go. Okay, that is 3 hits. Roll me 12d6 damage. Alrighty, and what is the DC for that spell?
The DC is.
You're an increased caster, so it's probably going to be better than 20.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was actually pulling up the spell itself.
Yep.
What are you asking for?
The DC of the spell.
The DC. Right,
Yes.
pulling that up again.
That'll be on your character sheet, not on the spell page.
Okay. DC. Where would it be found?
Right beside the number of spell slots you have usually.
I see, all the way down there, alright.
Normally normally the DC for a spell is its spell level plus 10 plus your casting modifier, which for you
Okay.
appears to be 9. So 12,
Okay.
22. But if you have anything like spell focus, then it increases it for certain spells.
Alright.
So
I don't think
It
I
is
have spell focus,
it is at
but...
least 22, so he is blinded.
Alright.
Say, blinded, and he took. There we go. 43. Alrighty. Do you have a move action?
Moving over there. He makes a good meat shield for however big he is.
He's half your height.
I could just punt it toward the dragon. Eat this little thing.
Everyone gives you a look, taps his staff, a blade comes out, he's like, uh-uh. You lose your foot, lady.
Nimblin wields a scythe, by the way. Anyways, this
She
guy
has an
needs
armored
to
pointy
make a
shoe.
check to not
You're gonna have no
power
foot.
into the ground.
Do you want me to roll something else?
No. We're on the dragon's turn now.
Alright.
Well, a fly check to not lose control while blind and diving. That does actually manage. So he doesn't get to complete his charge, but he does get to, not crater into the bloody earth. And then he's going to... Ooh, that's enough to localize you guys.
Isn't it a dragon? Doesn't it have like 90-foot blind sense or something?
No, this one only has dark vision.
Alright, wimpy dragon. Continue.
It's breathing its steam cloud upon you, folks. Alrighty. So, this is... everybody please roll reflex to take only half damage.
Reflex.
Nimbledon?
You want me to roll for Nimblin? Alright.
Well, you're in control of him here.
Yeah, fair enough.
You have to participate in some way besides witty jests and
Witty
Peanut
banter,
gallery.
thank you. Alright,
Peanut
this
gallery.
is reflex, right? Yeah, he's good at reflex. The only save he's good at.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Emesua passes, the rest of you do not.
Oh.
Eesh. Painful.
Nothing I can do with anything about it, so...
And that means all
So
but
50
Emesua
damage?
are also blind for 1 round.
Oh, is that fire
That's
damage?
nice.
Yeah, it's fire.
Woohoo, I got fire resistance.
Good.
Screw you.
I only take 45 damage.
Yeah, it's 60-50.
I believe Emma also has fire resistance though, so I just gotta check.
Oh, that hurt like a bitch.
Oh no, she's immune to cold and electricity and resist sonic. Okay. She takes 25.
Nimblin, you are blinded. You still know the general direction of the dragon, though. Nimblin.
Chris. Hello.
I know, it's Nimblin's turn. I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm going to go. He's blind.
You were giving us no feedback whatsoever.
I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? Have Niblin wander around the blind stupor and fall over his face?
Yeah.
Alright, admittedly that'd be funny, but I'm not going to do that to him. He really has no way to see beyond his really good eyesight, so without it, he's kind of stuck.
Maybe you just crawl backwards.
However, he
on the
does
ground.
know he can take a 5-foot step backwards and be okay, so he's going to do that. And that'll be his. He can't see, so what the fuck is he going to do? Hold on. He will go into total defense. Boost his AC as high as possible.
Perfect.
Just trying to guard from the things he can't see.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Really trying to pull together my list before anything else happens.
Assos. Yep. Resounding silence.
Cricket, 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 cricket.
I'm muted, apparently.
Ah, that'll explain it. What were those rules?
The first one is for the psychoactive skin of fiery response. The second one's for its damage.
Is that a touch attack?
Yep, and it should go off because it goes off in response to the attack. So I could
Yep.
see him when he attacked me. So let's see, 76 to every creature. Plus for. Okay, so 24 minus 7 is 17 plus 7,
Yay.
so yeah, 24d6.
Yay!
And the DC is.
Now I have to redo some of those, because some of the number of casters changed.
The DC increases by 8 over a 4th level spell. So 30. Okay, so I'm doing an energy ball. DC is 30 for 24d6 plus 24 damage.
Okay.
And here's my innervation roll. I said, come at me, bro. That's Aaliyah's turn.
Alrighty.
Emma's going to lightning bolt him at will. Just need to look up what the thing is on that is. So yeah, DC 16 for a lightning bolt for 10d6. I believe. What's the caster level on that? Yep. Okay. Yeah, she's caster level 17. So.
Yep.
He gets a DC 16 reflex save. Yeah, he made that, so he takes half of 34 lightning damage.
Roger that. I believe that is 17? Yes.
Yep.
Does she have a move action?
She still has move, but she's not going to take it.
Okay. Ishlin.
I will. The dragon's nearly dead. Let's see. Okay. Beep, 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 testing. Okay, good.
We hear you. Well, I hear you.
Alright, sorry. Yeah. Because everything went silent all of a sudden. I'm looking over there, and for some reason the mic isn't registering. Anyway. Let's see. Oh wait, are we all still blinded?
You still are. The others
I
are
still.
recovering one by one.
Cool. I will. If one readies an action and then is attacked again, can they retaliate by casting in the direction and automatically hitting something?
No.
Okay.
No, but because he attacked you, you do have his square pinpointed, but you can't targeted spells on him. If you have anything that targets an area, you can hit him.
Cool. Let's see, looking up real quick. Alrighty, I will ready an action to cast Limp Lash on it. Actually, no, that wouldn't really do much good. Revoking that.
If you really want to abuse the readied action rules, you can ready an action to cast a spell when you're not blinded.
Cool. I
Considering it
will.
is a time-based blinded, not a save-based, that's reasonable.
Right. Ready in action to cast storm bolts on it.
Alrighty.
What's that reference?
That is a old radio company. Anyways, the dragon is
Well, doesn't Aislin's whatever go off now? She's not blind anymore.
well, no, she isn't as of the end of the dragon's turn.
Ah, okay.
That sounds so diabolical.
Okay.
Great. The thing knows summon gelatinous cube, I bet.
We're screwed.
Nothing quite that sinister, fortunately, for you. Anyways, Emesua will have the opportunity to make an opportunity attack. Okay. This is a combat maneuver. It is attempting to grab Nimblin.
Well, just grab Nimblin, good for it.
And it is using a flyby attack to do this.
Nimblin actually has a plan for this. She's not too worried.
Wah!
I'm going to pretend I'm your baby. Then you'll have to love me.
No, thank you. Oof. Alright, and Nimblin has a way to get away. That
Is
doesn't
there a way to
involve-
disgust a dragon?
I'm sure there is. Let's cover it, though.
There we go. There we go.
Quick, making away with our might.
Actually,
Ashlyn. Yes. Cast storm bolts on it. I think it should be able
isn't
to.
Stormbolt centered on you?
Wait, let me see that. Yeah, I might be having it confused with another spell.
A moment.
I'm just going to blow myself up
Yes.
right now.
Stormbolts, its enemies, creatures of your
Oh, it's a
designation
radius. Yeah,
within
see, I
30
shouldn't have
feet
readied it.
of you.
Ashlyn's an idiot.
Oh, it's a good spell, just not for this situation.
Oh, definitely not. I'm glad the dragon didn't attack.
Anyway, now your ready to action goes off.
Oh, so now I blew up
You can
everybody?
change spell quickly.
Alright, I changed the spell.
I've allowed people before, you can ready to cast a spell, but you don't have to commit to what spell yet.
Alright. Because obviously Ashlyn was so intelligent, she completely overlooked the whole point of the one spell.
The most intelligent person on the planet can have a low wisdom score.
I think that's about true.
Oh shit, I was expecting that thing to land and try and bite me. I need to change So,
Yeah,
go ahead
that's
and
pretty
pick a
much
different
how...
spell.
Yes, yes.
Just something simple, lightning bolt or something.
No, I don't just know lightning bolt. I thought I did, but that was not that.
The dragon is
Flying away. Yes,
80,
with our princess.
85 feet away from you, so close range spells are not going to suffice.
No, they will not. I guess I could, like, completely overkill it with, like, summoning a swarm of elementals, but that just turned to, like, that whole gig of that song and the place and the thing that I can't remember. Um. Can web be shot into the air?
No.
Darn. So she cannot suddenly become Spider-Man. All right. I'm sorry this is so difficult, and I completely screwed up my spell list as far as dealing with this situation.
Yep.
It's a good point that Niblin would suffer damage.
I'd rather you not kill Niblin. He only got like 50 health left.
I know that.
He's
There's
gonna
only
need
much I
that for
can.
the fall.
Huh?
He's gonna need that for the fall.
Okay, can dragons actually reach what's on their back if somebody were to teleport on it?
That would necessitate a perception check in order to accurately fix its position to get there, and a ride check for a hostile mount once you get there. If you don't have ranks in ride, I recommend against this.
Yeah. Ride is not her thing.
Note to
I
self:
storm,
save
but
points in ride.
let's see. I storm, but okay, a lot of my spells either could actually kill both of them, or actually, let me see if I can suffocate it. Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, yeah, if you were going to Ice Storm, you just center it so that it hits the dragon without hitting Nimblin. He's still in this square and not inside the dragon.
Technically, though, if we go on a real base scenario, that
Yep,
wouldn't
that doesn't matter. The dragon is holding Nimblin in the front. You could just aim to get the back half of the dragon, and it would just work.
suffocate its butt.
No. Ice storm its butt. You can suffocate
Right.
it.
Yeah, you can Ice Storm him in the ass.
That might just make it fly away faster, though. And then we actually would lose Nimblin.
I'm going to Mind Crush him, so...
Okay, as long as you mind crush it, I'll shoot it in the butt.
Yeah, so...
All right.
Between us, we should be able to get him either way, because the Mind Crush will either kill him or do 10d6 points of damage.
And Nimblin's gonna die.
No, Niblin will just teleport.
He'll be fine-ish.
He'll take falling damage, he'll be fine.
Just heal him up after.
I can heal...
Unless he's dead. But you are lucky No, I didn't prepare to resurrection. Nope. Alright, well, yeah, he's gonna die.
You did 3 times. Yeah, you
Oh, I know I did, yeah. It's my third. Yeah,
but that has a material component cost that I doubt you're carrying with you, so...
Maybe.
I think it's like 25,000 or something.
Improvisation.
I believe you quoted suffocation or ice storm. Let's roll one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to... I like entertaining ideas before I decide on something. Let me see.
Yeah, diamond's worth 25,000 gold is the material component for true res.
Yeah. Well, it was just going to be an idea. I don't care if it'd be like thousands of gold in debt. I'm sure Varg would kill me as much as I want to kill him. Right? Credit cards. We should totally do an...
Ice storm or suffocation before I roll a d2 for you.
Ah!
Pick one.
Pretty
I'm
please.
trying to search this thing up to make sure the range is okay.
Suffocation looks like close, but mass
Ice storm.
suffocation might reach.
Ice storm, though?
Ice Storm has a range of long.
Yeah,
Long
fast
range,
normal
okay.
item.
Definitely in range.
Okie dokie. Ashlyn has finished doing mental dialogue and arguing with herself to finally cast the spell.
Just hit him in the butt.
Okay. So,
The spell allows a ship to make an additional saving throw to extinguish fires.
So 3d6 bludgeoning and 2d6 cold damage.
D6.
Just roll it as 5d6.
Fine.
It is irritated by the arousal of unexpected weather.
In its butt.
Midland.
Poof. Fall.
Die.
Actually, no, he can make the full 50 feet if it's worth it, so he's just gonna poof straight down to directly where he was, just straight down.
You're gonna go under the dragon. This is smart plan.
Well, he can't go any further than that. I mean, let me see how far I can go. Hold on.
You currently have 85 feet per day, and
I can only get about 30 feet away then.
Yeah, at least get out of the dragon's area so that when I mind crush him, it doesn't fall on you.
Fair
well,
enough.
the dragon's moving at speed. That's not too big a worry.
He'll just go as far as he can. Well, he wants to save at least some. Honestly, he can just poof 5 feet and just drop the rest of the way. He'll live through the falling damage.
Alrighty.
So he poofs 5
careless
feet,
about our
gives him the
lives.
finger, and falls.
Okay. I'm willing to count that first 10 feet as deliberate then, considering he can be braced for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he can roll is it a tumble to reduce damage?
Yeah, it's tumble.
Where is that under nowadays?
Acrobatics.
Yeah, and he's got a really good acrobatics, so he'll try and reduce that. He's nibbling. That's like one of the few things he's good at. There's a 29 to try and reduce some of the damage after the first 10 deliberate.
There we go. Alright, so... Eight lethal, 3 non-lethal.
Alright. Oof.
Alright, Alia, mind crush it.
Try to get away with my might, will you? I don't think so. I'm now exactly within range. Mind crush.
Could just fucking peg it with a disintegrate. Alright.
And I'm maxing that.
Right
I'll
up.
just do my innervation roll now while I'm here.
Yep. And is... No, wait, disintegrate is the one
It's
where it doesn't
DC
matter if
26.
he makes the save.
It's DC 26 once he counted the bonus he gets.
Will save?
Nope.
No. And he craters over there.
Alright, let's loot them. Alia, would you like to drink their bodies?
I was trying to find a clip from the Wonderful 101 of them saying diplomacy has failed, but I couldn't. It's like a catchphrase in that game. They'll talk to somebody for like 5 minutes and then the guy will attack you and it'll be like, diplomacy has failed, unite up.
Alrighty.
Alright, so assuming combat is over, everyone's gonna meander over. Look at him this way.
Let's loot the dragon's bodies. I'm sure they got lots of valuables on them.
Or just
Nimlin's
water.
after healing. 1 second.
Go ahead and make a phrase check.
Okay.
There's actually something on them.
There probably is. He's probably just screwing with us, but I'll do it anyway.
What is this piece of chocolate I found?
Right.
His eyes are worth $50.
But that's why I heal Niblin.
Intelligence, I believe.
She'll get to it.
Do it. Do the healing.
As the dragon dissolves into water, you come to the conclusion that the water is probably not worth very much, not even for its novelty value.
No, really, this bottle is, water dragon.
Liquefied dragon corpse.
Anyway,
There are some there are some components of the dragon that do not turn to water and wash away across the rocky mountainside. But from the positioning alone, all you're able to guess is that this dragon may have been suffering from kidney stones.
That seems somewhat ironic.
Just
I
a
do
second.
heal Nibbling at some point.
I'm
Just
gonna
kinda
give
sit
you
here
a.
and, like,
I'm gonna give you a lay on hands. I'm just looking how much she gets for it. Where did I put that? Would help if I was looking at her page. There we go. There
Oh,
we go.
cute kitty.
8d6, 11 a day. Okay. Spell manager.
Oh,
Lay on hands on Nimblin.
she's adorable.
There you go, Nimblin. I'm feeling you up with my glowy hand.
yay. You can use one more, if you're willing.
It would be a very awkward time to ask, do you feel God?
Sure, I'll feel you up again.
That face.
What does Nibbling care? Mitchell is attractive enough.
Yeah, sexy space whale.
Hey, you spend enough time on the planet acid, you start getting lonely.
You guys have been here for 2 nights.
He has a
Hey.
wife.
He's used to being home every day after combat.
Wow, I'd love to be his wife. I've been away for 2 nights. I'm getting lonely.
Mites have really short attention spans and memories, don't
Yes,
they?
they're mine. She has like 80 kids or some nonsense.
Well, why don't you send him back
I'll
home?
get it.
Because
I'll
I can't anymore. And I'm not there.
To remind him he has a wife? Are you gonna like
There we go.
shapeshift and like turn to like a sexy little mite
I
thing
can
and be
actually
like,
summon his
hey,
wife, technically.
oh, that's nice.
I
Makes a
believe
lot
she's the
more
fourth
sense.
one.
It's
That
been
I
2
fourth
days
might
and
I
I'm
can
getting
summon.
lonely, and I gotta show my wife for cheating on me with Chimblin.
Chimblin?
It's
Is there
Chimblin.
seriously a character named Chimblin?
I don't know, maybe.
Chimblin, Nimblin, Thimblin.
At one point, he summoned like 16 mites, and all their names rhymed with Nimblin.
That's a, oh my gosh.
Well, to be fair, the rest were just, Nimblin's uncle, Nimblin's bastard stepson-in-law, things like that.
The ones who had names all rhymed. It was funny.
That just, I don't know why. My mind goes in different places, and I'm just sort of imagining Varg as Snow White,
I
twirling
don't
around
even want to think
some
about that. Right.
crappy
So,
dress.
Anyway,
Varg's
if
a
you
Singing.
guys
guy.
want to, pass any more healing around, you can then step off.
You know what? I'm going to have Emma. Uh, there were parts of the dragons that didn't melt, right?
Yes, some.
I'm gonna have
Kidney
Emma.
stones.
I'm gonna have Emma jab one of them with a spear and hold it up as a warning, as we run for it.
Yeah, when I said bits, I meant not parts of the dragon, but things it had digested and not quite yet digested, and other things in its digestive tract.
I didn't hear any of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If only cameras were invented, then you could just shove a picture in every other's
Now, if
face.
you
Like,
would
this is what I did.
If you would like to string a pearl necklace made out of its kidney stones, go right ahead.
I suppose a dragon would recognize the scent of somebody else's bowel movements. Silence.
We're warning you, dragons. Come at us, bro.
Anyways, Alia's 45 down, and Aishlin's 50 down. Any more healing being done before you move on?
Yeah, Ashlyn
I
will
can throw
use
off
one of
heal
her.
injuries if you want.
Okay, that works.
Just let me check how much this is going to cost me. Heal injuries.
I'd like to heal you. That'll be $43.95.
Let's see, base is 11, 17 to heal, to split the healing among 20 creatures. How much damage total are we?
Let's see here. Ashland's 50. Anessua is...
She'll heal up on her own. She has fast healing.
Okay, and Alia is 45 down, so total of 95.
Okay, in that case, I will just spend 17 points without having to intervene. And do a heal injuries for 110, split up as I feel like amongst the 20 people around, amongst everyone within 20 feet of me. So I'm going to heal myself up full and give the rest to Iceland.
Ashlyn.
Yep,
There we go.
that will heal you to full, actually.
Alright, so heal the full.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that's
There
harm.
we go.
Harm to fall. No, no!
Stab. Excuse me. That's not how you use a wand, you fool.
These medicinal backstabbings aren't working.
You said it was a touch spell.
Let's see.
That's a good question. You stab
Yeah,
yourself with a
Ashlyn.
cure wand as it casts this spell. Do you restore HP? And does it make the
I
wand
think
stuck
you're
if you
kind of
do?
like the healing spell heals the flesh around the wand.
Then it's
So then you're
stuck.
like permanently impaled with it.
The wand is stuck.
I'd rather save the wands for when we're actually out of resources for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys proceed on to the temple. There are still dragons in the air, but there's none following you right now.
Good. Screw you, dragons. Let's go for it.
It looks as though you'll reach the summit at your current pace just after sunset, or well, darkness.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I'm
Meanwhile,
going to sing a jaunty tune as we march.
a few miles ahead, Varg.
I've got a very specific set of spells to deal with this temple.
Have you already prepared them on your token?
I couldn't find my token, so no. I have them prepared on a sheet, though.
Okay.
So,
Let me
I can
find
just
your
sort of-
token so you can prepare it on your token.
Where is he? Is it just on the lit inventory somewhere?
He is about to be.
Alright, I'll wait. There he is. So I'll go through the spell manager and fiddle with that, but first thing I'm going to do is commune with nature, which I believe was a fifth. So I'm communing with nature. Actually, I'll prepare my shit, but first I need to get closer. So I'm going to start getting closer to the bloody temple.
Okay. It is just a little afternoon by the time you make it. You did have a couple dragons interested in you for a while, but I'm just going to assume that you took the same plan of go air elemental.
Yeah, just air elemental out. Yeah, there's no
Mark
way
off
to
one use of wild shape, but no need to go deeper into it.
Yep, marked it off.
You reach the temple, well, the peak, just after noon. Once you reach the peak of the mountain, it actually doesn't run right into the temple. The peak flattens off. The top of the mountain looks almost like it has been cut perfectly level, and the temple sits atop it. The temple is indeed larger than you originally thought. It's a good 700 feet wide.
Christ above.
It seems to be made of white marble, and it stands, well, roll me an engineering check.
You joking?
Knowledge engineering. I think that's just your info.
Alright. There you go. Have a nice day.
It is tall enough that if you didn't know you could fly, you think you would be afraid to climb that high.
Hmm.
Also, the winds are very strong at this altitude. In fact, you don't see any dragons flying higher, flying above you in the air anymore. They're all below this altitude, flying about. The winds get very severe near the peak of the temple.
Right.
And as soon as you're done preparing your spells, I will move you to the relevant map.
Okay. Well, before I do anything, I'm just keeping my distance. I need to find a safe spot. One that people can't just fucking see me from. Like, behind a big rock, at least. And I want to cast Commune with Nature.
Yeah, there's several shallow rivers that run off of the edge of the mountain, coming from holes underneath the temple in the terrain. It's not quite perfectly level, but it is all, cut to a height, and only varies below that. You find some rocks that you can sit among and pray without needing to worry about being spotted by dragons.
Okay. Once I have begun, started, whenever the bloody hell starts telling me what's going on about the world, I would like to know everything I can possibly know about the internal structure, weak points, just everything I can know about that temple in terms of what it looks like, where I could say structurally damage it, cause the whole thing to collapse inwards in a massive pile of rubble, that sort of thing.
Sure.
All right, well, that's what I'm doing.
Yep. Tell me when your list is correct.
Yeah, sorry, this may take a second or two. I have
Okay.
a long list.
Okay, couldn't hear you.
So, yeah, you go ahead and do your thing. This is going to take a second because I have some very specific spells I wanted ready. So.
That is all of the thing I can do. Until you have specific questions for me.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't see it for some reason, so give me a second. I probably have to finish this as well.
Yes, because I can't move your token onto a new map.
Yeah, I got you. I'm on the 6th level. It's not going to take that long.
Yeah.
It just is some very specific ones.
Okay.
What the hell was it called? I found that thing. There, is that it? Yes, that's it. That'll do. Okay, this should cover the bases then. So it'll be. That's right. Wondering why it wasn't working. Because I am missing one. Here we go. Yeah, I'll do the trick. See, I'm prepared, so you may now maneuver me and tell me things.
Alrighty.
And now comes the dramatic reunion.
Now here comes Varg turning this place into a pile of rubble, and you guys show up to see Varg like wrestling Jubilex or some nonsense.
And everybody wants to give him a growing kick.
Yes,
You
jerks.
seem to have used the wrong
The fakeness.
You'll be happy to see Niblin at least. Up until he gets kicked in the groin. He's so happy his those particular bits are internal.
I know growing kicks seem to be a growing theme.
Not liking Varg seems to be a Tatum's theme.
I don't think
Let me
anybody's
know when
supposed to
you
like
call
Varg.
Alright, I'm at
Am I
20
actually
Okay, now I
supposed to
see
like Varg
purple.
with his behavior?
Now I don't see purple. Okay, there it goes. Okay,
As
I
far
can
as-
see Varg, and I can see the big purple thing of purple.
Yes. This is the large temple in the middle of this plateau. I forgot to mention the top of the mountain is because there's so much moisture here, because there's that giant waterfall falling straight into the top of the temple, high up from infinitely far above you. The air is quite damp up here, and the ground is covered not in little streams and rivulets of rocky terrain, but in thick moss.
Great. Speaking of, if I'm communing with nature, is this moss like the moss that was trying to eat me before?
You don't know yet. You haven't been standing on it long enough.
I'm asking nature. I think nature knows. Hey, nature, is this moss predatory? Why end?
Okay. Spend a commune with nature.
I already did. Oh, well, I did. Actually, no, I haven't. So here. Where did I put you? There you are. Commune with nature.
You instantly gain knowledge of as many as 3 facts from the following subjects. Pick your facts.
All right. A fact, so I can't like have a mental map of like the underground system of this temple.
You may have the facts that are listed there in Commune with Nature. Well, pardon, the subjects. You will learn some random potentially useful facts about those topics.
Okay. What is? I guess what is the ground and terrain like? What are the cave systems like underneath this thing? Like, how deep do they go? Kind of thing. Like, how extensive am I talking about?
The caves beneath the caves under this mountain peak are interminable and go.
Oh, I'm talking about under the temple specifically, not the whole damn mountain.
They are interminable.
God damn it.
All connected.
This place is a giant hollow anthill. Lovely.
Yep.
It is.
Are there any giant hollow ants?
In the immediate vicinity, the terrain is steep and mountainous. And
Well, how deep? Well, okay, it goes to infinity, so whatever.
and there are some unnatural buildings in the area.
All buildings are unnatural, but fair enough.
You may pick
Okay.
a new subject.
Let's go with plants. I want to know everything I can know about the plants in the area, up to and including this damn moss.
There is a variety of predatory moss that you are quite aware of that you're quite familiar with in the immediate area. Most of the forms of plant life are only found underground, and there are areas that are completely without plant life in the vicinity.
Cool. Now all I need is the last thing. I would like to know where the presence of powerful unnatural creatures are within, that temple. Like, what parts of the temple do I need to avoid? Or at least go in with a big gun.
Let's see here. The presence of powerful, unnatural creatures.
Unnatural has been defined by me,
Yes.
i.e.
Well, there are some in the area, and there are. Let's see here. Operates in a radius of a mile per caster level. There are a number of within sensing range.
Oh,
Some
powerful.
closer
I'd
than
like,
others.
what's the biggest, meanest, nastiest, and where is it?
It is close by, within hundreds of meters.
The biggest and nastiest is within hundreds of meters? Damn. Alright. I think that's fine. Well, that's my 3 questions, so.
I will be back in just a second. You cogitate a moment.
Okay. I'm really hoping this place is just full of oozes, because I finally have a goddamn count of that crap.
I'm hoping it's full of ooze, so we end up with a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Did you bring the turtles? I mean, Nimble can make shadow turtles, I guess. Varg could barely fit up the stairs, he was so big, but he could, sort of curl and
Yeah.
manage it.
Oh, so really
Yeah.
narrow corridor.
Varg was squeezing
Huge.
up. Varg has squeezed, so he was compressed going up the stairs.
He's like a
Actually,
block.
at the time he didn't. He was just
power.
doing normal squeeze, like as in like any squeeze.
Oh,
anyone
okay, yeah.
could do.
So he was so he barely fit up them, and
Wow.
that was the prison tower, wasn't it? Where they were making where they had all
Yeah,
the
they were in the
armor?
prison tower with the adamantine down below. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It
And this
would
was just after
make a
Varg
good
just took down
painting,
like
but
2 fucking trolls.
Yeah.
yes, because everybody knows how muscle-bound Varg is.
Oh yeah, he's kick-ass.
Yeah, he was in crocodile form, and we were all on his back. I think was it
We
just
were
the
on
two of
his
us,
back.
or was Julian there too? Julian.
Julius wasn't there yet. It was just me, you, Nemithra, and I don't know who else.
Yeah, who else was with that? I think it
Oh,
might
I
have
didn't.
been us.
Might have been the alchemist. Drake.
Yeah, I don't think Drake was with us then.
No, Savorik was with you at the time.
Oh yes, Mr. Tanky.
Sorry,
Mr.
who was it?
Tanky.
Oh yeah, he was just a human fighter who did a lot of good tanky stuff. Just
Oh yeah, we still
right.
had Zavorik.
Hmm.
right.
I remember.
So my
he
next
was
spell.
always hitting.
All right.
And I'd have none of it because I was into Varg.
Well, I think I have a gist of how I would do the drawing, so I'll probably be able to keep that in mind for the next 2 years.
Since I'm still hidden, I have another spell I'd like to cast.
Yeah, so Zavorik would have had a sword ready, I guess.
I have no idea what he would even look like, so he'd probably wind up with like a
Heavily
potato with a
armored
sword.
Wireframe still has tokens for everybody if you want to get one from.
I would like to cast.
If I did draw this, it wouldn't be done anytime soon, just to say.
I'm going to start pulling elemental swarms, specifically of the earth variety. A whole fuck ton of them.
Turn them into turtles?
No,
Turtles.
I'm gathering elemental earth things just so they can glide through the earth at like Mach 10 so they can scout out this hellhole for me.
I know, would you make them look like turtles?
Why would I do that?
For the sake of being an animal person? I don't know.
Oh. Varg's done this, but well, not this. Done this. Be summoned earth elementals for.
You should have cast Summon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't know that one. It's like a level 10 spell or some nonsense. Epic level.
That should be a spell.
Summon Discworld.
So I'll roll for the elementals.
Yep.
Summon Talking Man Rhino.
So that's 3
Yeah.
large,
I'll show you something. It'd be cool to summon.
2 huge, and 1 greater. That's just automatic. They have maximum hit points per HD.
Your butt.
They're going to serve me for 180 minutes. They blame me explicitly, will never attack me, and if someone else gains control, and I need not concentrate to maintain control. So that's around 6 of the fuckers of varying sizes. Who last for over an hour.
They will last for 3 hours.
I know. Give me some boulders. Living boulders. Hello, man. Right, you lot. I need that temple scouted, and I need you to be as subtle as possible, so stay in the walls. Stay in the walls, stay in the ground, doesn't matter to me, just stay within it. Do not poke your head out or limbs unless you can't avoid doing so, and just scout it out as subtly as you can. Try not to get caught. If you're attacked, simply retreat into the deep earth and either come back or continue scouting, depending on whether or not you think they're chasing you. You know, freaking tremor sense. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out.
Varg seems a lot more intelligent giving orders than he actually is.
That's the thing. His wisdom score is fine. He may not understand, like, math. His wisdom score is fine. It's actually really good. And he's done this before.
How is
He's done this a
wisdom
lot.
associated with tactics?
How to put this? A wise man would know how to give tactics to, like, in the bare bones sense. He wouldn't understand something like a pincer movement, maybe, but he would understand how to make someone go fucking scout.
Varg.
Hmm.
Your small group of earth elementals delve into the earth as requested. You can hear rocks rumbling into the distance. And eventually,
Not really. They're earth gliding. I can't hear that crap.
yes,
They just slide.
thanks to your perception score,
Yeah.
you can hear the subtle grinding of earth as they do so. They eventually, though, they start melding out of the ground over at the wall to the temple there, and a couple of them begin punching it mindlessly.
What are you doing? You can pass through stone, the fuck. Or are you punching it?
Obviously, it can't be passed through.
By the way, there is a sort of
Yeah.
you think that there's some sort of entrance over here.
So, whirlwind comes this direction. Completely ignoring those, telling them to stop, morons, and get back underground.
They stop what they're doing, but
Just duck
stare
underground.
at you, waiting for
Duck underground, morons! Moron A through B, through D, through C. Underground, and stick there till I call for you.
That sounds like a really terrible Dr.
Alright,
Seuss
what's
book.
this say?
There is a black, charcoal-smelling scar on the paving stones in front of an imposing, ornately engraved metal door. Resting in the keyhole is an ancient, rusted lockpick, and the door sits just barely ajar. As you look at the engraved metal plate on the marble walls, the text wavers and distorts, transforming from some ancient, inscrutable tongue into one you understand. When the text stops, it's readable. Sealed herein is the one true font of life, for none to touch and none to covet. By godly decree, none shall dare to intrude herein ere their souls be forfeit, and struck down by every celestial force shall be he who breaks these seals.
Yeah, they're just trying to scare you. Go for it.
Hey,
Come on, Varg.
Tagashi. You once told me of a time when one jumped down from the roof upon a bear, and reminded me that one must tell their DM that you don't fear anything. Well, Varg's soul is already forfeit, and he doesn't fear a damn thing. He knocks politely.
You knock on the door, and it rocks on its hinges.
So nothing really happens, then.
You hear an echo after a few seconds.
I politely ask to come in. I don't know who I'm asking. I'm just asking the door. And Varg will say that he has no intention of touching anything in there. He just wants to be rid of Jubilex. That's all.
You
And then the
announce your
person that
intentions to the world in general.
answers.
Your earth elementals meld out of the earth behind you to look at you quizzically.
Varg sighs, thinks about it. Looks at the stain on the ground. I touched it already. He touches the door. Is there a doorknob or?
There is a handle.
Alright. grabs the handle, tentatively. Gives it a
Nothing
tug.
strikes you down.
Gives it a
Nah.
tug. Can I come in?
I'm so sorry. I sound like a stupid goat.
All right. He once more assures the world at large that he, again, has no intention to take that which is not his. He's no interest in the fun of life or whatever. He just wants Jubilix gone. And taking a deep breath and reminding himself that everyone he ever cared about is dead anyways, he stomps forward.
You emerge into a long, wide hallway. There appears to be some sort of a gold-rimmed gate over here, but nothing else is visible in this hall.
Well, he's going to step a little forward, get in his fighting size. Oh, he's already in his fighting size. Weird. Looks a bit small. Is he?
You are large.
That is so weird. Mine looks like medium. Whatever. So, once he's inside, he's going to ask his elementals to come in after him and then kindly inquire of the universe at large that they're just magical constructs of his nature. It's not like they're going to fucking take it. Follow me, my bodyguard. We're taking this temple the old-fashioned way.
Posse.
Alright, so this thing. What is this thing?
It appears to be a glass portal in between, a glass door, in between two large gold pillars, and above the door is a gigantic red gem embedded in the wall.
We'll roll a perception check at that, because I don't know, I got a bad feeling about it. And hey, look, a flying double-headed elephant. Any other, nat 20, details on this gate area that may have been used with me, like levers, switches, inscriptions, anything really?
There are no. There's
A doorknob.
there are some engravings of scenes that you you do not recognize, but recognize as generally mythological on those pillars. If you like, you could make a knowledge religion to try and pick any specific ones out. But otherwise, in fact, now that you really look, this glass portal doesn't look like it has hinges or anything.
Hmm. I would like to cast tongues upon myself to determine what the hell that writing says.
There is no writing. There is just
Oh, okay,
diagrams
sorry.
and scenes of mythical.
Sorry,
nature.
I'll roll knowledge in that case. Sorry, I thought it was like. Okay, so that's a knowledge religion.
Yes.
I got an 8. Sort of guessing.
You don't recognize one goddamn thing. Not even a god blessed thing.
I like to one of the earth elementals. What do you make of it? I think that's what I thought. Right then, since it worked so wonderfully before, I say, I shrug. I am not pure, but I am no pure soul, but my intentions are not vile.
Why are you so
I
eloquent?
knock upon the door. Just knock, knock.
You knock. You bruise your knuckles.
Ow. It's a tough door. I put my hand to it, like, seeing, like, what's its yield? Is it really just glass?
It feels like it's warmer than ice, but it's the clearest glass you've ever seen. You only know it's there because of some subtle reflections.
I give it a
Try to
light
walk
push.
through it.
You push and it does not yield.
Doing it backwards.
I will try to just walk through it.
All
This stuff, and obviously, yeah, it's right. Well, this isn't the only way in. Earth Elementals. Scout.
I'm just gonna use your token because they don't have vision set on them.
Alright, so there's 3 of them. Can you go through these walls?
There are 2 more such portals, but there is also
Hmm.
one opening to an inner passage up here that does not seem to have a gate.
We'll go to that. I'd like to avoid setting off the doorbell if I can.
Doorbell.
Yeah, doorbell.
You find yourself in a nearly featureless passage.
Varg is a bit unsettled. Waves his earth elementals in after him, obviously. An order of
Largest
tall.
one bashes
largest.
himself against the doorway but is unable to enter.
He gives him a stupid look like, squeeze, moron. Squeeze.
Rock squeeze. That's a new trick.
Obviously, Varg is not that intelligent.
I mean, these ones are able to duck through, but the largest one, he doesn't get any smaller.
Alright. Can you
Poor
go through the
puppy.
floor?
He tries and starts pounding on it with his fist.
Earth glide, moron. Earth glide. You can pass through stone like it's water. Do that down.
Make me a knowledge nature.
20. I do have a. Oop.
Nope.
I think it's just a +1 because of the total. There's a 9.
Yeah. Even a 9's good enough for this. It looks like stone, but as you reach down, feel it, scratch the gaps between the paving bricks, you're pretty certain this isn't stone. It doesn't feel like stone. I mean, it looks like marble, but it has a texture more like that of a metal.
That's weird. Okay, in that
Cool.
case, big guy, I'm going to want you to guard this doorway. You're going to be your retreat point. Don't let anyone pass you. Well, let me rephrase that. If it's not... Oh, fuck it. If anyone tries to get past here, just cave their skull in. Except for me.
That's going to bite somebody else in the butt.
Walks up to the door, turns around, blocks it with his back.
Act like you're just a big rock, so they don't know it's there. Unless they, inquire, in which case, skull punch. Right,
Sorry,
moving on.
Rock.
Look his head around the corner.
There's a long, nearly featureless hallway. I say nearly, because this one actually has more of those mythic pictograms and scenes on its walls.
I don't think, can I make another roll, or...
You could. These are a different set of scenes.
There's a 5.
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Ashlyn's gonna have a field day when she gets here.
These are real shiny pictures. Not sure what they're supposed to do, though. Come on, you lot. Oh, great, another fucking picture.
There is set in the passage here. There is a great golden circular rim that goes from floor to ceiling, and another glass portal. Yes, I know it looks like it has bars, but it's
Yeah, I got
another
two
of those glass barriers.
What's this?
Another one, but there is a great golden lever down at the end.
Huh. Hey, guys. Get in here. Don't, touch anything you don't need to. Alright, I have summon morons for this. Hey, one of you small ones, pull that lever. Gently. Don't, break it. Just,
He grabs the lever, pulls it down, and it changes from gold to blue. And you hear a sort of glass sliding on glass sound just out in the corner.
Oh. The one that just pulled the lever, you stay here and just stay put. The rest of you follow me. And I'm actually going to go back the way I lost Varg in the wall. Oh, there he is. And we're going to head back over here, where I heard the sound.
Indeed, this portal, which has a great blue gem above it, has opened.
Here. Come on, you guys, follow me. I got an idea. This is going to work out beautifully.
There is another of the levers over here.
I got to get over there now. Come on, you guys. But you, the one in there, stay there. You might need to pull that lever again. I recognize a fucking pull lever puzzle when I see one.
Stop.
Stopped. Sorry.
I need you to make a perception check.
Alright, good at this. Well, I could be better at it.
You are just about to step around that corner when you notice that there's some odd stonework on the opposite wall, and unfortunately, you don't notice it in time to stop your forward momentum. Fortitude save.
Alright. It's been a while. Well, I have a decent fortitude save. A 36 for you. Puffs on his chest.
Somebody should punch him in the face and get away with it. Varg just seems like a very, very punchable and antagonistically dickish character.
Not on purpose.
Well, still deserves it. More wisdom for you.
There is a very ornate carving on the wall here, much deeper into the stone than the diagrams and dioramas of various mythic events. And it really catches your eye because it kind of, you turn the corner and look at it and feel a brief headache before getting your center again, and you're not exactly sure what it is, but you don't think it was friendly. If you have spellcraft or knowledge arcana, you could attempt that.
Are you talking to someone besides Varg? Because I don't think you're talking to Varg.
Yeah.
Got like a -3. He's not going to figure that out.
Encyclopedia Brown will show up later.
He's just going to be like, oh, that's bad juju, I'm not going to look at it anymore. So he doesn't look at it anymore.
Right.
Pointedly avoids looking at it. And moves on. I can't seem to...
Yeah, 1 second.
Not as much. Alright, need one of the small ones you can on this lever. Same thing as the last.
One of your elementals, you hear it approaching, trying to keep up with you. He comes around the corner, and you hear a great shattering, and you see a pile of rocks crumble on the floor around the corner.
Oh.
They have max HP. Oh dear.
Oh, that poor little thing.
He grunts, tells the others to not come this direction and to not look at this wall ever for he says just stare at the floor, goddammit. But stay where you are. He's gonna pull the lever himself.
As you pull the lever, it turns a bright and glowing red, and you can hear the echoes of glass on glass sliding somewhere.
Well, if it wasn't close enough to hear. Pointedly not looking at that wall. For any reason. Alright, you lot, follow me. This one's still open?
It is.
Alright. He's going to go around this direction. If that one's not open, he's going to head to the one that has to be.
It is indeed open.
Alrighty.
I should point out now that it has been, as you've been taking the time to peruse and study these drawings on the wall, it has been about an hour and a half. You're halfway through the time that your elementals have.
I know. Might pick up the pace a little bit, but other than that, like I'm not gonna stop and stare at drawings anymore. I'll tell you that right now. So just, as long as Varg, if Varg's not, this is just scribbles on the wall. It's beyond him. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So this is obviously closed off by a
Door.
glass, right?
Oh yes, this is another of those portals.
Yeah, it's closed.
It
No,
is.
it doesn't matter if it's closed. Varg's not going to touch it. He said that's what he wasn't here for it, so he's not going to bother.
That's funny.
Hey, one guy got completely annihilated. He's going on faith here, just blind faith. He's going to run with it. He's trying not to stare at any walls right now. Like, I know it's unavoidable, but he's trying not to.
Yep. There's a small side passage here.
Take a peek. Take a peek. Are they waiting for the weather to turn on or something? Get in here, you lazy
I
bastards.
have to select you to reveal your vision.
All right,
I can't have
well-
you and them selected at the same time.
Tell you what, I can move them around if you need. I just need permission.
Just a moment.
Just to get it a little easier on you.
There you go.
Yeah, I can just keep track of them. Is this a wall, or can I see past it?
There's a corner here.
Oh,
Very
okay, so
small passage.
hell, I can't. Shit, give me vision on the elementals if you would. Oopsie doodle. Thank you. That's it. Okay, cool. I got it. Keep them pretty close to Varg. Alright. The hell? It's like the itty-bittiest passage ever.
It is only 5 foot wide.
What's in there exactly? Just random
Treasure.
treasure?
Appears to be a giant pile of treasure. And I do mean this literally. There is armor in there sized for a giant.
That's nice. Yeah.
But you know, if all of
Varg
these
said
are
his
treasure-
intention was to be rid of Jubilex's power source, and he means it.
Well, doesn't mean you can't walk over it and see if there's anything in there like a lever.
He might if he's stuck, but so far he's not stuck, so he has no reason to go towards the treasure.
Oh.
What's this? Just another shut door?
Yep.
Alright, well, we can't open it, so let's keep moving, lads. Oh, hello.
Here, there is a giant column of water falling, completely encased in a huge cylinder of crystal. There is a pair of stairs that lead to a higher level of the temple. And yes, you.
By and by, what's going on with Brad?
He's just going in and out of being connected to Google. So.
An open capturing smile.
Capture. It's basically he can take photos of the current state of the hangout.
Alright.
Righto. So, I obviously can't go through that one, so I'm just going to go around. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one. Get over here.
Just a second.
Sorry. I got any treasure. What is with this place? Yes, it's shiny. What are you
It's
doing?
trying to
I'm not
allure
touching it.
you.
I know. I can tell a Indiana Jones theme choose thy cup wisely nonsense. Hey, leave it. That I can use. That damn, I got hit with the wall. There we go. Get you fat asses in there. Get my fat ass in there. Right then, so I guess I'll have. Oh, right, there's stuff to reveal. Sorry. Back over there.
It does corner at the end here. However, that's not what you're stopping for. Varg, you are marching forward. and there is a soft click underfoot.
Damn it.
Nothing happens immediately, though.
So run over, get the lever, run away.
He's debating that, but he'd rather... fuck it, it's that or nothing. It's all or nothing, bitches. Run for the lever. Shoulders set, eyes forward, charging for the lever.
One moment.
If anything gets in his way, he's going to either crush it, tear it in half, or eat it.
Yep.
Potentially in that order. Unless it's like, some angel or something, in which case you might want to hesitate.
There's Ow.
No.
Ooh, there's a thingy.
No.
Thingy!
Yeah, that's a pit.
I'm pressing buttons.
The floor swings out, dropping out from under. Varg, you may make a reflex save to be given the chance to make an acrobatics check to jump for it.
Why would I bother with that and not just shapeshift into a bird halfway down?
Because it is not that far of a drop.
Fair enough. 19 reflex. Oh, not going to make it.
Alright.
Only one of them was in the trap area, and I'm sure I both fell in.
Because if you're within 5 feet of the edge, it also counts.
That's weird. Alright, fair enough.
A lot of pits have edges that drop in order to. The edges around the pit are sloped in order to catch anyone who was at the edges.
Alright.
Anyways, you and these two earth elementals plummet into a pit. You're expecting it to be a nice deep bottomless one, maybe end in water, maybe end in acid. But unfortunately,
Whatever horribleness I can dream up.
But unfortunately, that's not what it ends in. What it ends in is two gigantic grinding wheels.
Well, then you hit one, you start to roll towards it, and you start standing up, starts trying to grind you, and you just kind of...
We don't have
Pedal.
reflexes.
No, but he doesn't get ground up immediately, I'll tell you that much.
Well, that's what the acrobatics was for.
Uh,
No, the acrobatics was to grab a ledge. Reflex was to get far enough to grab the ledge.
The reflex save was to react faster than the dropping gates to jump for it.
Alright. Well, I've been brought down here, so now
Yep. I am just typing it out in order to be rolled. Because I cannot do gesticulations while I type, which is very sad. I need another pair of arms. Does anyone have an extra pair of arms I can use?
I do, but I can't get them to you.
Yeah.
It's a little bit illegal.
Completely on the other side of the continent.
No, it's not that. It's just a little teeny bit illegal.
No, I mean he's what, northern western edge of Canada. I'm in the
The mail system won't get
southern
to 'em.
eastern edge of.
I know, that guy.
Yeah.
It's just illegal, is all. Horrendously.
Oh, you're talking about literal disembodied arms. Okay.
What were you talking about?
Talking about stuff.
Oh dear. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, I just take that. What do I have to do with that? No, hold on, I gotta heal up because I pressed. Heal. And I just take 87, I believe. Ow, that hurt.
Alrighty. You may make a move or standard action.
How about I just turn... Wait a second. I never turned back into Varg. I've been a hair elemental this whole damn time.
But how were you able to pull
Why
the lever?
Why have you been being concerned about your size?
I don't know.
Roger that. You may turn back into your air elemental now.
Yeah, so I never fell, because
Yes.
I
No.
fly.
Bring it up earlier next time, or use a different token image.
Sorry, I couldn't find any good air elemental tokens, and I didn't have Varg to edit anyway, until just now. Here, I'll find them.
I had Varg added all the way back when we started preparing spells.
So I sort of hover there, and these two fall in the pit. Is what's going on.
Use an invisible stalker's token. They're a type of air elemental.
This one may or may not have air tits. I don't know how that works, but
Yeah, moving on. Whatever, air tits are
that would be fine.
Yeah, I don't care. These two have fallen in, so I'd like to help them out. So I believe I have a way to do that. Ah, hell, I can't cast while I'm in this one. Or, no, can I? You know, I have no idea. No, I can't. So I can't help them right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to hover over here.
fly back out of the pit. And you manage to do it within 1 round, because the pit closes again. Trapping them.
I advise those ones that are inside to either dig their way out, because it looks like Earth, but it's probably just a theme thing, or potentially try and break the trap through sheer strength alone. One or the other. I mean, they're Earth elementals. I'm pretty sure they can break that thing.
What should the greater Earth elemental's strength be?
I'm going to look at that. But Elemental Earth. And they are the graders. So that makes them Strength 30.
Okay.
And there's 2 of them.
30, that's 50. No.
And just that, and keep doing that.
And that kills them.
Yeah, poof. Oh well, better them than me. Besides, this place is horrible death traps everywhere. You know, because. Oh, I'm gonna need to get more of them or something. Yeah, whatever. It's a dick move. Anyway, right, so I'm gonna presume that this is another closed mirror.
It is.
And I'll pull the lever.
It turns a bright purple.
Interesting.
Do I hear any grinding or like glass
You hear
on
the
glass?
sliding of glass on glass somewhere distant.
I'm gonna try and pinpoint that.
Don't bother. It's too echoey in these fight chambers, these fight hallways.
Now I'm gonna hover so I don't touch the ground. Come on, Remainer.
Remainer.
I'm assuming that one's not open.
Yeah, of course it is closed.
Still hovering. He is gonna stay back a little.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make sure I'm hovering off the ground and avoiding looking at the walls. At this point, I'm just gonna run around with a blindfold. This one's obviously not open. Yeah, where's his token? Damn it, I need his vision. Anyway. That one. Hover. What am I looking at? Walls. That one closed?
There are some very different engravings on this wall if you want to take a moment to study them.
How about now?
They're a completely different theme than the rest.
Varg knows he has no talent at this, and it's just pretty pictures. He's not going to bother. Unless it's words and he can read it, he's not going to bother.
Okay.
It's just pictures.
Is Varg literate?
Yeah, he's literate. He can read.
To a certain extent.
Well, you saw how he, spelled your names.
No. How do you spell our names?
On this side. That's weird. Okay, I've gone almost everywhere. I must have missed a turn, did I? Oh yeah, it looks like I did. Hold on. Oh, that's why that place is blocking me off. So I heard glass on glass, so... Well, I know where the hell I'm going, so the only place left to go is over here.
Just a second.
So I'll grab my Earth Elemental with me, because I'm just going to take the shortest route back. And while I'm here, I'm going to close this door. I'm closing this damn door. It's bugging me out.
No, don't.
Yes, it's bugging me. If I
The
can't, I'm going to
ghost
lock
of
it.
the ghost of your past will want to say hi to you.
I'm sure. Close it, and I can.
You close the door, and as it comes completely closed, you hear a click and a hiss.
I hate you.
Alright, fair enough.
You have no consideration for
I don't want anyone coming in after me.
beloved dead. Who would come after you?
Jubilex.
Well, he would really just use a door.
Yeah.
That small.
Yeah,
The gate has a giant purple gem above it, and it is open.
Alright, come on. Avoid looking. Okay, avoid touching the floor and avoid looking at the walls if possible.
And
Sure,
at
I'll-
this point, your elemental starts getting rather shaky.
Crap. Not a lot I can do about it, honestly. Just send him first. At that point, they're gonna die anyway, so I might as well just charge them first ahead. So if anything goes off, it hits him first.
Roger that. Nope.
Is this just a dead end then?
No, there's a turn at the end.
Yeah, okay. Just gonna hover a little closer. Oh yeah, you need a real vision. I'm not actually there, but you need a real vision, so fair enough. We'll just use my token as his token for now.
You send him down to the end of the hallway. He turns the corner and crumbles to stone. You think the spell has expired.
Alright, so I'm going to do something I gotta do. I'm going to shift back to myself, cast a quick spell, then shift back. So I'll take care of that in terms of... Alright, and then I'm back to the air elemental, and I still have a couple casts left, which is all I really need to do fighting for. Moving on. Holding. Hovering the whole way, try not to look at walls. At this rate, I'm going to be like covering my eyes, going backwards, speaking something in gibberish, just to avoid traps.
Spinning in circles.
Saying, see no evil, see no evil. You know, for a temple like Jubilex, it's not very evil. I'm expecting more slime fountains.
Yeah, there's nothing about this place that is innately about Jubilex.
He comes from here. He said his power source was in here. Clearly, I've been lied
You're
to.
assuming far too much.
Yes, I am. It's Varg.
Meanwhile, you lot arrive at the top of the mountain.
Well then, what shall we do, people?
There's a great marble structure at the peak of the mountain, the temple. It is several hundred feet across and much taller than you thought it would be. The infinite waterfall comes from on high and falls into the top of the temple.
Could I roll a knowledge history for any semblance of architecture that resembles any culture I might know of?
I'm going to roll a knowledge, architecture, and engineering on it for this.
Okay, I guess you can do that.
There is nothing about the exterior that belies any specific styles or anything. The outside walls are completely bare white marble.
Don't worry, I know the exact thing to do in this situation. I use my Decemvirate helm to disguise myself as a saleswoman.
Good gracious.
This guy you killed once. Are you really going for it?
Uh,
Niblin was there when you died. He knows what you're doing, and he's like,
and my only spell prepared
wanna
is True
die?
Resurrection. You're
I'm
gonna
just
put me in
joking.
debt. Remember who you're with.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Well, the front door would be the most direct option, probably also the most trappable option. What exactly is the background for the structure anyway? Like, who made it? Oh, wait, no, we don't know who made it. So we're kind of screwed there.
Well, it's Jubilex's, so maybe he made it.
Jubilex, isn't he the guy, right? Yeah, the guy.
Yep.
There appears to be some sort of small doorway at the center of this wall, but other than that, the mountain peak is desolate. The dragons left you behind quite a while ago, and the winds are quite strong up here.
Would you like to go ring the doorbell?
I really wish I had the opportunity to actually give all this narration. Seems Brad falls out of it every time I get halfway through a sentence.
I'll ad-lib it.
The dragons stopped following you quite some time ago, and the winds are quite extreme at this altitude. I was saying.
Want to disintegrate our way in?
Ladies first.
Okay, let's do this. Yeah. When all you got is one door, I say you make a new one. Okay, get behind me and put on your safety goggles.
Gladly. Oh,
when Niblin,
nope. Backwards. Over here.
and behind you is cover.
There's also a scroll over there, so is there something readable?
That's a
Description.
plaque on the wall beside the door.
When used against an object, it disintegrates a 10-foot cube of non-living matter. Okie dokie.
Alrighty.
I might as well just cast it at minimum then instead of wasting power points on it. Let's make a door.
You're casting.
I'm casting disintegration. I can technically miss, so I'll roll the d20.
Okay.
Not a 1.
Yep, that. The AC is a little lower than 5, considering the size of the wall you're aiming at. Alrighty. There's a ray. You fire that ray at the walls, and make a reflex save.
This is why I said to wear the safety goggles, people.
This is why I'm staying far away from you.
That is not a critical fail. The ray hits the walls and reflects, shooting over your shoulder.
I'd like to point out Niblin is taking cover behind Aislinn, so if it's anybody, it's taking her.
Well, that
Hate
worked.
you. Hate. All my hate.
Lady, you lot dragged me into this mess, and the one person who ever paid me for work is dead.
You dragged me into
I want
this
you.
mess.
You dragged yourself into this mess, lady. I just
Well,
want
you
to get
dragged me
home.
here. Alright then.
Aislinn was given a cursory briefing before she was hired.
Cursory. Very
We're going to
misleading.
hell. That was our briefing. We're going out.
The goggles,
It
they do
included
nothing.
descriptions of prior exploits, but didn't really go into too much detail about what was coming up, yes. Nevertheless, the money is good, supposedly, if you can survive to find it.
Well, that didn't work. I say we go knock on the front door.
Wait, did the ray reflect in any direction that would actually hit somebody else?
It went over Alia's shoulder and disappeared into the sky.
Alrighty, that works nicely. Will it come back down?
It travels in a nearly straight line and dissipates at the edge of its range.
Alrighty. Don't have to worry about falling lasers. Perfectly fine then. I like the music in the background too. Let me see. I will read the plaque.
There's some sort of inscription here.
There's a black charcoal smelling scar on the paving stone. Yeah, you heard me read it the first time.
Oh. Huh. I sort of
All
want to touch
103
that
women
now.
are doing this.
I sort of want to touch that now.
You go on ahead and touch it. I am reading the inscription. Does your inscription say anything useful whatsoever besides
Well, you click
Dublex
on
made this? Oh,
You
do I have to
click
click on it? Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah, if you see a hand, a finger pointing cursor when you cursor over something, clicking on it will pop up a block of text like that.
I'm going to touch the door.
Don't do that.
It feels like engraved metal plate.
Don't touch the door.
Can I
Step
open
away.
it? Well, I'm going to attempt to open it.
There is
Alright, ignore
there is
Ashlyn.
an ancient
Alright.
rusted lockpick sitting in the lock, and there is a handle.
Sorry, what's that?
There is an ancient rusted lockpick resting in the lock, and there is a handle which you could grab and pull to open the door.
Let's do it. Yoink.
Yes, the respect you have for this ancient
That is-
temple is just...
That is you pulling on the door?
That is her pulling on the door. And Evelyn is once more behind Aislinn taking cover.
The door, you pull on it, it feels locked.
The door peels off?
Feels locked.
Locked.
Oh, I was going to say that
That'd
is
be funny.
really
Oh.
wonky physics.
Door peels off, revealing a photo of Nicolas Cage. No,
The door
Brilliant.
peeled off. Cool.
no,
I'm going to try to open it.
Oh, God.
Since there's a lockpick in it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
the lockpick crumbles in your fingers.
Sorry, what peels off?
The lockpick crumbles in your fingers.
Okay.
The lockpick basically peels off into dust. That's what happens. So, You still have a connection over there, Brad? Nope.
What?
Okay, just making sure you were there.
Okay, I'm going to detect magic on the door.
The correct response to that is, oh, fuck yeah. And it's as per the spell detect magic, or is it an analog?
Okay, I heard none of that. Oh yeah, it's detect magic through my ring of detect magic.
Is that actually a thing or just something you invented?
I had the ability to cast detect magic put onto my ring of protection, I believe. It's on one of my rings.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Ring of protection 5 and detect magic. Oh, that's fun. Maybe I won't send in Cassie to try to disarm it then. It's worth a shot. I'm going to knock.
You knock on the door.
We're here selling makeup.
After several seconds, you hear a very faint echo.
Well, how does one not make oneself an intruder? They do not want makeup now, I'm sorry. You might have to try that in the town when we get back. Breaks these seals. I don't believe that would really apply to the door itself. Is there any, let's see, knowledge checks I could do?
There's nothing telling about this door. It's only engraved in fancy swirling patterns, not with any dioramas or anything.
Alright. And how well does the handle work?
The handle is a single piece of metal that simply provides purchase to hull the door by. It has no mechanisms upon it. The keyhole is surrounded by a sort of metal plate that just lets you find where the keyhole is, but it is not particularly large. It definitely is there to accommodate a key.
But is the door locked?
When Alia pulled on the handle, it did not open.
When you're supposed to push on the handle?
You can try
Maybe
pushing
it's a
on the
push
door.
door.
Huh?
You can try pushing on the door.
Ashlyn tries pushing on the door. Feeling
does
around
not
for...
open.
Alright. Well then. Do artifact level enchantments, would they... What tends to like be qualities of artifact level enchantments? Like pseudo intelligence or something?
10th level spells.
That's it. 10th level spells. There's no like traits or qualities like this door is partially a golem.
You're capable of casting 9th level spells. And the next tier up from there.
Right, I'm just trying to figure out spell qualities.
I have an idea.
There are
What?
multiple schools, and there are multiple schools of magic in
Right.
the enchantments on this store.
Wonderful.
Open
Could I try
sesame.
detecting magic on a specific kind? Like perhaps if this door was like semi or like vaguely remotely intelligent?
You may make spellcraft checks to see if you can figure that out to more detail.
Okay, Alia, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Nothing.
I back
Shush.
up. I have Cassie fly over here, and we do bee dances. I'll have Emma join in too.
Ashlyn just shakes her head and pretends to ignore their existence while she tries to concentrate. But it is very hard to concentrate because she is very distracted.
You know, there's actually a legitimate use of twerking, telling people that the flowers are north-northeast.
Let's see.
We should build a
Spellcraft check.
hive over there.
Oh, goodness gracious. Do I take a penalty, a roleplay penalty for this because I'm distracted?
You may inflict yourself with one if you like.
Alrighty, that would probably actually really be applicable here. +9, -2.
Found a good flower patch a couple miles that way.
I hate you!
Right here.
Shut up. Stop it. There's no flowers, there's moss. Moss is a protist. Shut up. Or something.
With all of your spellcrafting acumen, you were able to determine that this is in fact a door. Mind you, there are certain things you can extrapolate from that. This is not a gate, this is not a portal, meaning it does not go to a different place and it does not go to a different plane. It is just a door that is meant to be opened.
It's a locked door. Why is that always the hardest enemy we ever face? We've had more trouble with doors than any boss you've thrown at us so far.
Is there a way to maze trap the door?
Is
there?
It is not a creature. You cannot maze the door.
Oh.
However,
Okay.
if ever I
Our
make
hopes
a
and dreams.
living labyrinth,
Okay,
and
cast
someone
animate
casts-
object on it.
Ask
if
it to
ever
move.
if ever I make a living labyrinth and someone casts maze on it, I'm going to have it play exactly the same way that happens when someone puts a bag of holding in a ring of holding.
Oh god.
Okay,
Black
cast
hole to
animate object on the
annihilation.
door, then it's a creature, then you can maze it.
Really? That sounds brilliant. Do that. Let's just invest in this insanity because
I don't
I'm
have
at my wit's
I
end and
don't
want to
have
punch
animate
you.
object. And
Okay, Ashlyn decides to deal like 4 non-lethal damage on Alia's foot.
I'm so happy I shut that door. Because, people could have gotten inside and taken all the treasure from me.
you know,
You
I
weren't
got a
even going
stat.
after the treasure.
Dash you back.
I know I'm not touching the treasure. Varg thinks he only got in because he was honest about what he was there for. And is not going to take it unless he has proof that taking it, the place doesn't care. Which he has no proof of, so he's not gonna. Unless he sees, a fucking, here's Julex's, power source. Please stab with the sword of stabbiness. The sword of stabbiness is on level 2. Please go grab that. Then he's gonna go grab it, but...
Alright. Ashlyn takes a few deep breaths. About 10 minutes or so pass while she tries to wind down and not give in to the insanity that Alia decides to create. And she's going to try again, this time with no penalty. And try to detect not whether or not the door is actually sentient, but if it detects emotions or motives or things like that.
Okay.
Considering the inscription on the door.
Yep.
I do quite a lot better.
Okay, give me just a second.
You're an idiot. I'm a smack.
Worked for Varg. I don't know what you're bitching about.
Here we go. Alrighty. So you're examining the door and trying to figure out some of its magical properties. When you recognize that one of the spells bound within it seems to be. Sorry, I lost the list already. Seems to be. Yes. Okay. One of the spells associated with it seems to be minor creation.
And what are the details of minor creation? Should I roll a knowledge arcana on that?
Even if you're not able to cast the spell, you would be aware of it.
So in essence, this door could create its own key.
If only I had Mage's Disjunction.
Hmm.
Seems the door is made from the minor creation, and then they put all the artifact level stuff on it. So if you could dispel the magic creation, the minor creation, it would completely fuck it up.
That would, let's see. And Ashlyn is actually surprised that Talia came up with that very logical explanation. Kind of sidesteps away from her while she's
Well, I do
looking.
have a high intelligence score.
Well, you don't use it.
Well, I use my intelligence all the time. It's my wisdom that's crap.
Yeah. Ashlyn doesn't really have a huge intelligence or a huge wisdom score herself, but
Let's see.
she's just very, very book smart and pompous. I don't really know anything that would dispel it.
I
So, if you would like
think Break
to,
Enchantment might do it. Let me just check the nature of that
yeah,
spell.
I don't know it. You could, if you can cast it, that'd be good.
Cassie can cast Break Enchantment as a spell, so the spell.
Cassie can, right?
Yeah, sorry, Emma. I'm just seeing what she has here. That only works on people. What else do
Well,
we
if it's a
have?
creation, can we call it? No, it's not a person. Otherwise, I'd maze it. I saw burning something. 1 second.
There is a dispel analog I could do a bend reality for, but of course the person who cast the minor enchantment's probably like a level 25 spellcaster, so okay. There we go. Dispel Psionics level 3. See if there's a greater version of that.
Alright, everything's fine. My roommate just burned a pretzel.
Sounds good. Not tasty, but good. Better than burning the microwave.
Not burning the microwave, not setting off the fire alarms. Yeah, definitely really good.
Nice and restrained.
Yeah, I could try to do a Dispel Psionics on it.
You may very well try. Oh, though, before
This is probably
that.
going to hurt me.
Yes,
Yeah.
before I do that, I would like to perhaps. So is there anything I can actually cast on the smudge on the floor to detect, like, if it had once been something like a humanoid, or where the beam of death had come from?
You've seen what it looks like at ground zero of a lightning bolt before. This looks like that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
Well, yes, it
actually
very
going
well
to
might
do
kill
my.
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
actually,
going to do
before
my.
you do that, I will cast False Life on you. It will give you some extra points.
Okay, I'm just going to do my own knowledge arcana and take a closer look at the artifact level stuff and make sure just see what's going on with them and how they interact with the minor creation. See
All
if I
right, but
can
I'll go
figure
ahead and
anything out with
cast this
that
on you,
myself.
so that way when you decide to fiddle with the door.
You maybe won't die.
That's coming either way. I just want to see what my chances of surviving trying to do that are.
Great.
1 in a million. A crapshoot.
What's false
I'll
life
still
give me
study
anyway?
the thingy.
Gives you D10 plus 10 temporary hit points.
Okay, roll that up.
What if we didn't? Well, yeah, we
2d2.
don't really know anything.
Alia, with oh, hold on. Am I who made the roll? Oh no, Alia did. Okay, good. Alia, paired with what Aishlin told you about what she found out about the only spell that she could unravel out of it. You're able to determine that there are several detect type spells on it, and also some very high level conjuration spells. But predominantly, you're able to determine that the minor creation spell is not tied to any other functions of the door.
Sorry, it's what?
The minor
Not tied to
creation
any function
spell,
of the door.
yeah,
Okay, I still didn't hear you. You said that too fast, and
I'll
I'm getting auto-tune on everyone.
Sorry. Not tied to any function of the door.
Huh.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens when I dispel it anyway. It'll be fun.
Are you going to pull and mess you out of the way?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you should do
Yeah.
that. Get back in there.
Let me
He's
see.
staying away from you
So
while you're being crazy.
I can boost my manifester level to 23 if I wild surge it anyway. So, actually, how many bend reality crystals do I have left? It should be right there. I have 10 of them. Okay, I have 9 now. So, just need to open up bend reality.
Oh, you.
Okay, so bend reality costs 13. Dispel psionics, I have to roll a caster level check, 1d20 plus 23, and compare that with the power of the highest manifester level, DC 11 plus power manifester level. If successful, that power ends. If not, keep doing that until until a power ends. Okay. Okay, everybody shield your eyes.
I'm technically not nibbling, so Tagashi would like you to respond to that in the usual nibbling fashion. Which is probably whack her in the bum with a stick and then giggle and dart away before she can retaliate.
And then,
And here's my innervation roll before I forget about it.
Yep.
And I innervated.
there is a yes, you spotted it. There is a horrible shrieking sound in the air, and
huh.
something small and moving faster than you can see whizzes out of the sky and impacts on the ground. Talia and Amesua are thrown.
Whee!
Well then.
That worked swimmingly. Let's see. We'll do that one at a time. 48, she takes that. And 51 and 19. Yeah, she actually takes all that.
And from this measurement, even Ashlyn and Nimblin take a bit of splash heat.
Oh, wonderful.
22 fire damage for her and Nimblin.
There's the finger of God. Guess they were serious.
Did I dispel anything?
You're pissed off the gods. Good for you.
Oh, the door
As
moves.
you get up and shake your head clear, you notice that the door is hanging ajar.
The door's just hanging now?
It is open, just a crack.
Okay, Emma's going to ram it.
What? No. No.
Emma's gonna get some
Stupid.
more distance. How's that
Stupid,
sound?
stupid whale, stupid.
He sees her pelting for it and he pelts away.
Okay,
Well, Ashlyn tries to.
Whale pedo!
Ashlyn tries to. Well,
make a
Stop the
combat
whale.
maneuver.
Ashlyn makes a combat maneuver.
You
Okay.
want to stop her from charging? Make a combat
Yes, trying to
maneuver.
stop her. All right. What do I do?
That's D20 plus your CMB, which is 8. You're trying to beat 41, so you need a natural
Please,
20.
please, please. No. Well.
Emisua charges across the distance, slams into the door, which pushes it closed. You hear a click and a sort of hissing sound.
I hate you. I hate you. We had it. We had it.
Oh, you guys are the dumbest people I've ever seen in my life. Varg got in before you, for God's sake.
Damned. God's all damned and fate's all damned and you and just you.
So that's a good place to break for tonight.
Oh my
Everyone's gonna keep
gosh.
his distance. Fuck that noise. He's not getting anywhere near these crazy people. They can open the door and all die for all he cares.
That's
Can I
a
please
good-
cast suffocation on,
Oh,
on,
it's a
on
pull
the
door.
whale?
Pardon me? Yes, it's a
Oh,
pull
it's
door.
a pull
That's why it
door,
opens.
isn't it?
That's why it opens towards you when you unlock it.
Can I cast suffocation on Emesua?
You can try next session.
Alright.
Yeah.
I can see her getting pissed off and just force choking her.
Yeah.
I thought it was a push door.
Uh-huh.
You were
That's why the
wrong.
handle's on this side, so you can grab it and pull. Yeah.
I was being
What's your
rhetorical
score again,
earlier,
Aaliyah?
You know,
you
you could
imbecile.
Hey, Aaliyah, your
You
end
know,
score is now 2
talking's
lower.
a free action. You could have just told her that instead of trying to stop her from ramming.
I don't
She
think
had
she
the
would have been able to stop
momentum of a
herself.
freaking bullet.
I don't think she'd been able to stop herself, even if you did tell her on the way there.
She was just trying to get in the
No,
way.
it's a pull door pal!
You could have just said stop instead of trying to grab her.
She
She wouldn't be able
did.
to stop herself.
She was yelling at you guys to go the other freaking way. Stop! It's a freaking open door, you idiots.
Yeah, everyone's end score has dropped by 2.
Well, I can't hear anything over Google Hangout, so I would have done that if I heard you.
I guess so.
Well, you were kind of acting very fast. I could only talk out my answer instead of typing.
Yeah, Brad does have a lag and a hearing handicap. So the door is not closed, but I'm sure you can all act out your aggressions about it later.
Oh, the door did not close? It did close, I thought.
Yeah,
Well, everyone's keeping his distance. Again, he wants to be out of the...
Emma
explosion
started to
range.
ram it and then stopped here. There we go.
Okay,
because
then.
that would just be just a little. If Brad couldn't hear anything that was being said, that's just a little on the far side of there.
Now Ashlyn does not have to choke Emesua to death. That works fine.
Not this time.
No, she doesn't breathe anyway, so.
Really?
She's an
Huh.
outside creature. She's not like an actual
I
whale
believe.
person. She's just
Actually,
an
I'll
angel.
double check that, but I don't believe outsiders breathe.
Regardless, good session. I'm surprised Varg is making this much progress. He's doing rather well for
You,
himself.
you can't
glad
do
he
that to
got into-
Aaliyah. Aaliyah doesn't breathe.
I'm glad he got into Ashland's character. It was fun.
Anyways, I will see you all next week, this same time.
Oh, they breathe. Never mind.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Haha, suffocation.
These two. All right, I'll see you next time, and hopefully
They
we'll
play
have
each
the
other
other
really
people.
well.
Yep.
I'll probably find them in like a door of this room or some nonsense.
Mhm.
It's like click. Hey, who are you? I don't know.
Yeah, with any luck, we should have. With any luck, we should have James, and
Oh,
we may
sorry.
have one other. Yes, I did get the email from Joshua.
Cool. Also, question. Since Alia knocked on the door and everything, did Varg hear?
That'll be
We
in
will
the
get
next
to
session.
that when we get to that.
Okay.
And it is quite possible that the door is open, you guys will argue, and then the door will go click, and you won't know why, because on the other side, Varg just shut the door again and starts barricading it.
Yeah,
No,
she's gonna
demons
suffocate
are after
him.
me.